Welcome to the Law Practice Exchange video series. I'm your host, Robert Schaller. This video discusses how to register with the website. A user only has to register with the website once. After the registration process is complete, any future use of the website can be accessed simply by logging in. And when you log in, you'll be using the username and password created during the registration process. So let's go through the registration process. There's two ways for a user to register. Up here on the home page, there's a registration button here at the top. If you click that, you'll be linked to the registration page. Alternatively, the seller can go over here on the main menu, look under Seller Info, and click the arrow leading to choices. The third choice is Register, and then by clicking here, you'll be linked to the same registration page as if the red Register button at the top had been clicked. So let's click on it. Clicking on it links us to the registration page, and here's how you register. Notice that right below it, it has a confidentiality alert. The username that the user is going to create is going to be visible to prospective buyers whenever the seller lists a law practice for sale. Therefore, to remain anonymous, the user should create a username that cannot be associated with the seller or the seller's firm. So, for example, if Attorney John Blackstone should want to create a listing and then have a username, Attorney John Blackstone should not use a username of John Blackstone or Blackstone Law, since these usernames could easily be associated with Attorney John Blackstone, and any anonymity would be lost. So instead, a user is urged to create a username that is anonymous. So for example, Estate Planning Attorney 45 would be a better choice because that username would not be associated with John Blackstone, and then John Blackstone would be able to remain anonymous. So be careful when you choose the username. You only have one chance to create a username. Once the username is created, that name cannot be changed. I guess a seller could always delete the account and then start a new account, but then that seller would be charged an additional charge, so you want to avoid that. So the system will recognize that username, and that username cannot be changed. So be careful when you register. Make sure you register some sort of anonymous username. Okay, so let's use this as an example. Let's register. We are going to create a username. Let's call it George Washington, or any username that you want. And an email address, we'll say a law firm for sale 1234@gmail.com. And as we discussed in a different video, you want to create an email address that will not be associated with the attorney or the firm simply by reading the email address. So for example, John Blackstone wouldn't have johnblackstone.com, john@johnblackstone.com, because that would lose anonymity. Okay, and the password, we want to create something that is hard for anyone to break into. So great, I would recommend at least a 6-digit one, and I'll put that in. Okay, then we click register. Okay, we are not, then you should see up here the save password. That's really up to your browser. Okay. And if it doesn't show on your browser, that simply means you're using a different browser than I am using right now. So now when you look at the home page, you'll see up here on the right corner here, it has George Washington. Okay, that is the username. And that allows the user to know that the registration has been completed. So to log out of the system, you simply go up to the name, the username, George Washington, and click log out. In the future, if the user wants to use the website, the user does not have to re-register. Matter of fact, that would be a bad idea. Don't re-register. Instead, the user would simply click the login button up here at the very top of the homepage, or under Seller Info, use the login link. Either one will go to the same place, which is the login. So let's just test it. Click the login button up here, and you go to the login page. Now we've been linked to the login page, where the user would include the username or email address here on this line, first one, and then the password that the user created when registering. And then click the login button, and then the user will be logged into the system again. Thank you for watching this video. Please enjoy the other videos in the Law Practice Exchange video series. Please contact us with suggestions and ideas using the contact form on the Contact Us page. Thank you again.